kitchen. Y'all, it's a cold, rainy day outside today. So I thought today would be a perfect day to have some soup. Keep it simple, easy peasy. And of course, I wanted to share it with you all. Now we're gonna make our Zuppa Toscana Soup today. And you guys know it's, kind of like that knockoff from, what's that place called? Olive Garden. But, of course, mine is going to taste better. And you guys, I don't eat kale. We're not kale kind of people. So, we're going to substitute with spinach. And that's what you just saw me cutting up, and in a few minutes I'm going to rinse it off before I add it to my soup, okay? So we're going to use spinach. Now I don't normally have measurements, so I had to kind of jot something down to try to give you guys some measurements. So this is what we're going to do. Now let me explain my thought process to you all, okay? I like a hearty soup. If there's meat in the soup, I like to know that there's some meat and there's some potatoes if they're supposed to be in the soup. I do not like a watery soup. So I like for my soups to be sort of creamy. Alright? Okay. So keep that in mind. So having said that, I'm going to be using 2 pounds of Italian sausage. We don't do, number one doesn't do hot and spicy, so we're just going to do some Italian sausage. I used a whole pack of bacon. Well, that's what I'm getting ready to use, a whole pack of bacon. Oftentimes people may use about 6 or 7 slices. Honey, we're going to eat the whole pack. Alright? I'm going to use 1 and maybe about 1.5 onions. I like a lot of onions, and they're going to cook down, so it's not like you're going to be biting into a whole lot of onions. But about 1.5 onions, a couple of tablespoons of minced garlic. Now let me back up because you guys saw me cutting up the onions. You saw me cutting up the onions. I had already cut up my whole pack of bacon before I decided, let me record this part. So this is my whole pack of bacon that's cut up. And speaking of which, while I'm running my mouth, I'm going to go on and get the bacon in my Dutch oven. Alright. So we're going to go on and put this in here so this can start cooking while I'm talking. I meant to do that in the beginning too. Listen. Just running my mouth. Okay. So we're going to get the bacon in here and it can get to cooking and the sizzling while we are talking. Okay, give me all my bacon. Alright. Okie dokie. In the trash. Alright. So let's back up. The Italian sausage. Now my sausage is over there because I have rinsed off my sausage. Y'all already know I rinse my meat. That's how we do over here. That's how I was raised. As for me, in my house, we're going to serve the Lord and rinse our meat. Okay? If you don't want to rinse your meat, that's fine. Whatever you like. Okay? So we're going to do our Italian sausage, 2 pounds. I have my 1 pack of bacon that's getting ready to start sizzling in a little bit. About 1.5 onions that I've already chopped up. Now I have some minced garlic here. You guys, very seldom do I buy the garlic cloves and cut them up. I keep it simple. I just buy this minced garlic that's already done for me. And I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of the minced garlic. You also saw me cutting up the 4 russet potatoes. They are in some cold water over here. Okay, so we're using about 4 russet potatoes. 7 cups of broth. You all saw me. I like to make my own broth. I don't care for the broth that's in a box. So what I like to do is start my own broth. But I don't have the chicken that I boiled. I just use water. I love better than bouillon. You guys saw me adding all of these flavors. This is the roasted chicken. roasted chicken. This one is roasted garlic base. And then I added a little bit of the Italian herb, okay? Now what I did was I started off with about 2 tablespoons of the roasted chicken. 2 tablespoons of the roasted chicken, about 2 tablespoons of the roasted garlic, and then about a tablespoon of the Italian herb. Once I mix that up, I'll taste it to see if I need to add some more. And I did need to add a little bit more, okay? So do it to your desired taste. You don't necessarily have to use all of those. I was doing the most, okay? But I love all of these flavors. So because I'm using the garlic and the roasted garlic and then this Italian herb, it has Italian seasoning in it. I don't need to add any garlic powder or Italian seasoning, the dry seasonings. I'm not going to add any of that because it's already in here. You guys, this is just so good. But if you just want to use the roasted chicken, that is perfectly fine, okay? All right, so that's my broth. I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper. I have black pepper. I have 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. This is 1.5 cups. Y'all hear that bacon starting to sizzle. And then I have, you guys already saw my chopped spinach. I probably have about 3 to 4 handfuls of chopped spinach. Let's see, I have some Parmesan cheese. And you guys, again, I like creamy. I know it's supposed to be soup, but I don't like it that soupy. I need a little bit of silkiness to it. Y'all know what I mean? I like it creamy. Okay? So I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese in it a little bit. I'm also going to add some Italian cheese inside the soup. So the cheeses with the heavy whipping cream is going to give me that creaminess I want. Alright, y'all following me? Okay. So then once it's done, we're going to garnish it with some more Parmesan cheese and then a little bit of that, I'm going to save some of this bacon too to top it off. Y'all, this is going to be some good eating, I'm telling you. Okay, so is that everything? I think that is, but I hope you guys understand my thought process. I'm just looking around to see if I'm forgetting anything. But we're going to talk you through this. Also, these ingredients will be in the description box below. Okay? The ingredients are always in the description box below the video. So when you're reading the title and stuff, you probably have to click on see more and it'll open that up so you can get all of all of the ingredients. I think that's everything. I'm getting ready to bring you guys over here with me, and then we're gonna just cook this soup, and y'all, it's gonna be delicious. All right. Now our bacon is cooking and doing its thing. And you guys, again, this is a whole pack. So if I had only put 6 or 7 slices in here, that would have made me mad. That would not have been enough bacon. Y'all know we love bacon around here since we love breakfast. It smells straight up like Saturday morning in here with this bacon frying. So we're going to continue to let this cook. And then once it's done, I'm going to take it out of the pot. But I'm going to leave the bacon grease in there. We want all of that flavor. Okay? So I'm going to take this out once it's done. And then I'm going to add my Italian sausage. And we're going to cook it until it's done. Make sure you don't have any pink, okay? So we're going to cook this. Once it's done, we're going to take it out and then add our Italian sausage. Okie dokie, our bacon is ready. And what I'm going to do, I am going to take a little bit of this grease out because I used a whole pack of bacon. And I don't need a half a cup of bacon grease left in this pan, so I am going to take some of it out. And maybe leave about 3 tablespoons or so. If I had only cooked about 6 pieces of bacon, I wouldn't need to do this, probably, but since I wanted to cook a whole bunch of bacon. Let me turn this down a little bit. And here's my cup with my bacon grease, y'all. We don't play around here, honey. We cook with bacon grease all the time. So this is what we're left with as it pertains to the bacon grease. And do you guys see all of those little bacon particles right there on the right side? Oh my goodness, y'all, that is going to give our soup so much flavor. You do not want to discard any of that, okay? So let that stay in your pot, and then now we're going to add our sausage. Now once we cook our sausage, first of all, make sure when you cook it that it's done. This is 2 pounds of sausage. So make sure you cook your sausage all the way through where there's no pink. And I even want some little, I don't want to say, and not necessarily big chunks of sausage, but I don't want it too fine either. I want to be able to taste pieces of sausage, little hunks of sausage, if you will. I hope y'all know exactly what I'm trying to convey to you. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to cook this sausage until it's done. And then you're going to see me take it out of the pot. Then I'm going to add my onions. And I'm going to cook them until they're translucent. So I want them a little soft. And once I add my onions and they're soft, I'm going to go on and add about 2 tablespoons of my minced garlic, okay? Now I'll only cook the minced garlic in there with the onions for maybe a minute or 2. You don't want to burn your garlic because that's what makes it taste bitter, okay? All right, so we're going to finish cooking this sausage, take it out, add the onion, add the garlic, and then I'll come back. But in the meantime, let me give you guys a little music to entertain you while this sausage is cooking. Okay, now I like my onions really, really tender and soft, okay? So now it's time to start adding our broth, but I'm going to start by adding just a little bit, and you want to scrape up all of this yummy goodness that's in the bottom of this pan, okay? That's where your flavor is, so get all of that scraped up. That's some good stuff, y'all. And I didn't want to add all of the broth right now. I just added a little bit because I want to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay? So I think that's good. So now we're going to add all of our broth. And you guys, when I did this broth, I wasn't bringing the water to a boil. I was just getting it warm. That way it makes it easier for the better than bouillon paste to dissolve, okay? All right, so now we're going to add our potatoes. And even throughout this process, especially once you start adding the other ingredients, taste your broth. At least that's what I like to do. I like to taste my broth to make sure it has the flavor that I want. Okay, and that's good. All right, so now I'm going to turn my burner up. I want to get this to boiling, and then I'm going to cover it and turn it down so it can simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. We want those potatoes to get fork tender. Not mushy, but we want them tender, okay? Okay, we've been simmering for about 10 minutes or so. Okay, so I think we're good. So now we're going to add our spinach. And then we're going to add our bacon and our sausage. And you guys, I took out this little bit from the bacon because I want to save that to garnish. Okay. So this is what we had left of the bacon. And I would have, when I tell you I would have been mad if I had only done 6 or 7 pieces. I know I've said that before, but listen, y'all. Here's our sausage. And more sausage. Yeah, that's my timer going off. I did not simmer that for like, I think 15 minutes would have been a little too long. Ooh, y'all, that's going to be so good. Look. Now we're going to add our heavy whipping cream. Let me add a little bit of pepper. Add a little bit of pepper. Okay, we're going to mix everything up really good. And we want this to simmer for at least another 15 minutes. Okay. Ooh, that's going to be some good eating. Okay. So I'm going to go on and put the top back on. And we're going to simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. I like to explain stuff sometimes and give you guys my thought process because, you know, if you're ever wondering why in the world did she do that, sometimes if I explain my thought process, it helps you guys, you know, better understand the method to the madness. Okay, so in my liking me saying I like a creamy soup, you can see that this is what I consider, you know, kind of watery. Just that heavy cream by itself is not going to give me the creaminess that I want, okay? So I'm going to put, this is just a little bit of Parmesan cheese. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit. See what I have? I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit. And then I have about a cup of my Italian cheese, and I'm going to add all of that. My burner is turned off, so we're finished cooking. And I'll just melt this in here to get, you know, more of that creaminess that I'm looking for. And I'll just keep stirring. It will melt, and if I feel like I need more cheese, then I'll add it. Again, this step is totally not necessary. If you like your soups, you know, really loose and watery, if you will, then that's perfectly fine. Well, that's it, you guys. My version of Zuppa Toscana Soup. It is delicious. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Instead of doing sweet today, we did savory. And you all, it is so good. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so. Turn on that notification bell, and that's that hit the nosy. And when you do, it kind of shakes. And that's that shake something, shake something. That way you'll be notified whenever we're doing whatever it is we're doing over here. Thank you guys so much for watching. We already look forward to you joining us again next time. Bye.